All right, everybody. Last night's trade turned out to be a very beautiful trade. And so right now we're jumping into another trade, and it is the Euro, as you can see here, the Euro Swiss. And currently we just entered this trade right here, and this is on the 1 hour chart, and it has a triple arrow. 1, 2, 3. Red, big red, little red, yellow. And so we just entered on this trade. So of course, because we did, it's like 1 pip spread or whatever. So we'll just wait and let this thing run. But again, if you look here on the 30-minute chart, you'll see the triple arrows, and let's shrink it a little bit so it won't be so huge. This is the way I like to have my charts. As you can see, triple arrow 1, 2, 3, and it moved all the way up on this one and ran pretty well. So hopefully we can get a good run on this one to the downside. 1, 2, 3, and that's the 30-minute chart. And of course, it was here. Wish I would have been woke last night to catch this one during the London session. Triple arrow, 1, 2, 3. Would have got in even earlier, but that's okay. As you can see, we just dropped in positive territory. So again, we're just going to let this trade run. All right, and it's on the 1 hour. Again, we see 1, 2, 3 triple arrows. Okay. Triple arrows, triple arrows. That's all we look for is triple arrows. I don't do any measurements or any of those things. I just wait until the system tells me what to do. So we'll pause this video and come back later on with some results and see what happens. All right, because so far we're up 2 pips. Okay, so pretty good so far. We'll see. Hey everybody. All right, so what I'm doing right now, I know this is not the Euro Swiss, but I'm giving you a trade alert right now. Also on the what pair is this? The NZD USD. Here goes a perfect example of what I was trying to share with you guys yesterday about the Mark Williams, I call it. So as you can see here, here's a perfect Mark Williams on the 15-minute. Here's the M right here. See that M? Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Just gorgeous. All right, and there we are. So we have a Mark Williams. Well, we have the Mark, not the Williams. The Williams shows up at the bottom, meaning the W pattern shows up at the bottom. The M typically shows up at the top. All right, so we have a perfect. And I'm trying to find a W so you can see it again. If not, not big deal. I'm going back to sleep. I'm tired. And right now it is 6:15 a.m. Central Time. So again, I'm calling this trade as well. This is a Mark Williams. I'm sorry, the Mark, which is a M pattern right here. And it's the NZD. We just got into the trade. So of course it's going to always enter in negative territory because the broker gets their spread and everything else. This is the 15-minute chart. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. And we see, and let me take all this out of the way here so we can clearly see what's going on. Normally, I just wait for the 30-minute to have all the arrows because guess what? That's my favorite time frame. But we do see a miniature M pattern right here. May come back up and come back down. Either way it goes, I just want to be in early on this trade. I like it because it confirms that trade I was telling you about on the USD JPY where we're up 24 pips or so because it works in inverse just like we recorded before. And also, let's see if it has, but this one does have the big arrow on the 30-minute. So that means it's heading to the downside. Big arrow on the 1 hour. Let's see if it's on the 4. It's not on the 4. So this probably, and this is a triple arrow to the upside on the 4 hour. So it's probably going to do a pullback and then shoot up. So we're just playing a pullback. That's the reason why I'm playing this 15-minute. I don't plan on staying on this thing forever because the 4-hour chart is clearly showing that it's going to go up, 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 up. So I'm just going to play this pullback for what it is. And then get out of it. And then once it's ready to go back to the other side, we'll play it back to the upside because again, the 4 hour is clearly reflecting an up pattern. And this is a good tool. This is a good training for those who like to trade long term and the dailies and all these different things. There's a reason I don't trade the daily at all. And that's because, you know, it can go up and then it can pull back. And sometimes those pullbacks can be for 50 to 100 pips before going back up. Well, why don't I play it on a slower time frame? I'll be able to catch those pullbacks and then take it to the upside. Here was a pullback on the 4 hour. Let's see what it looked like. And I'll give you an example of this real quick. All right, so we're going to put it here, this little rectangle right on this pullback right here. Okay, so let's go to a lower time frame and see what happened. How many pips was that? And that's on the 4 hour. Okay, here we are. So on this one here, it was a miniature pullback right here, but it wasn't a setup, so we wouldn't have played this one. We wouldn't let it ride. And that wasn't for much pips, but that was about 23 pips right there. So for those who are looking for 20 pips, you know, sometimes you can catch them on that longer time frame, but that one was a baby one, so that's not a good example, so we'll leave it alone. But I have seen some that have went on for many, many pips. Oh my gosh, there was a lot of pips. 50, 100, 150 pip pullback, especially on the daily. You see that a lot. Not a whole lot on the 4 hour, but on the daily, you definitely see it. All right. So we'll come back later on and we'll take a look at what's going on with the NZD USD and also with the Swiss. Let's take a look at that one real quick. No, I don't want to buy anything. I just want to look at it. All right. And as we can see, we're up 4 pips. So it is dropping in our favor, just like we thought. The moving averages have crossed at 13, have crossed over to 34, and we have the triple arrows to the downside, and that's on the 15-minute. And this is the 30-minute view of it. We have the big arrow. You can see the little arrow peeking underneath. Sometimes they overlap, which I love when they overlap. 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, it's clearly right here, and it should be heading down in our favor. So we're currently in profit on this trade. So we'll come back later on with those 2 trades and catch the update. Bye. Okay, here's where we are on this particular trade. This is the NZD USD, and I jumped in it early. I knew that, but it's okay, no worries. Because it did create the M pattern. As you can see, it never came higher than this. In the market, the U.S. market just opened, so probably some news or something came out, made the spike up a little bit in the other direction. However, when you look on the 30-minute chart, and this happens sometimes, so what's happening is you have the triple arrow on the 30-minute. So this is why I usually wait for the 30-minute, but I was just so excited. So anyway, we'll just let this one ride out and come on back to it. However, let's take a look at this one. All right, and this is the one we were in. Look at what I told you. See? And this is the 30-minute chart. This is why I usually say the 30-minute is my favorite. We're currently up 15 pips on this one. 1, 2, 3 on the triple arrow, 15 current pips. And then let's take a look at another trade we were in. And look at there, beautiful 31 pips. And this is on the 30-minute chart. Again, this is why I usually only trade the 30-minute or the 1 hour. But yesterday, I knew I was actually going to sleep, you guys, to be honest. I was going to sleep and I didn't want to miss the excitement. So I jumped into that NZD USD trade on the 15-minute because I didn't want to miss it on the 30. But either way it goes, it retraced a little bit. It'll come back down. I'm not worried about it at all. So anyway, here's another trade. We're up 30 pips currently. 1, 2, 3. All right, and here's one more. Let's take a look at this one. Look at that beauty. See, boom, boom, look at there. See, this is why I'm not worried. Triple arrow. See what happens? It created this pattern. 1, 2, 3. We had the triple arrows, but it will come back down, and then it tested again. So it hit the bottom 1, 2, 3, and the 4th time, and then boom, it took off. Beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. 76 pips on this trade right here. 76 beautiful pips. So again, do you see why I said I'm not concerned about the other one? I know exactly where it's going to go. Just have to be a little more patient since I cheated my 30-minute system. But again, it does work on the 15. However, what happens is sometimes it'll go further over to create the pattern a little bit more. Sometimes it'll happen early. Sometimes it'll happen a little bit later. But either way it goes, the medium time frame, which is in between the 1 hour and the 15, is 30. And that's the reason why I said I like it. But either way it goes, like I said, it's not a big deal. I'm not getting out of this trade. As a matter of fact, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. All right, and we're going to put a stop loss right there. So why don't we just add a little bit more? Okay, and this is a small amount on this account, so not a big deal. It's not the regular account. Some people be nosy. How much do you have? None of your business. So anyway, let's put a little bit more on it. All right, there we go. So now when it does drop, we actually get a better entry. We're going to slide the arrow, the stop loss right above the red arrow. And there we are. Okay, so we're set to go on this one. So once it starts dropping, we should be okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry, you guys. Got allergies. That's why I was going to bed. I was really not feeling well. So anyway, this is be that. I'll pause it. Well, I don't even have to pause it. We'll do probably another video on this particular trade, but you can actually see it live. So it's a triple arrow here. And let's check the 1 hour. Do we have anything? Nope, no triple arrows. So And as you can see, sometimes the triple O's come here. So either way it goes, we're in a good position. It's pretty much topped out at exhaustion, in my opinion. So it shouldn't go any further. That's why they have this spike candle here, or what we call this a stop hunt candle. So those who got in and tried to put a small stop loss to protect their account, they spiked you and took your money. And then secondly, for the buyers, they sucker them in to think, oh man, this is going to keep on going. And it may, I could be wrong, but again, the triple L sisters are telling me something different. I keep my opinions to myself because, as you can see, look what happened the last time. 1, 2, 3, and the triple L didn't lie. So I don't anticipate charts. I just let it play out. So 1, 2, 3, and it said down. I'll take it to the downside. All right. So just got to be patient on this one. Especially since it's the U.S. session, so we're trading in USD, so maybe some news came out that's giving it a little flavor. So we'll just let it ride. Okay, you guys, have a good day. Also, keep in mind, look, I just jumped into another trade, which is on the GA. I'm sorry, not GA, but Aussie USD. AU is what I call it. And here's the reason why, because I also see it's heading in the same exact direction as the NU, New Zealand, US dollar, and you see it's already teeter-tottering on going in straight into profit already. But we'll hold this one up for a little bit. But we have the double arrows on the 30, and it's already made its curve. As you can see, remember the Mark Williams? See, look at that M, up, and down. So that's why I'm cool with that one. Wow, that's going to be a nice one. And let's put it on the 15-minute. And let's get that over so you can actually see that. As you can see, you can see clearly the M shape. It's doing a pullback, which is very, very normal. But you see more than the triple arrows. You have 1, 2, 3. And this came up twice up here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many times do you need the 1, 2, 3? Okay. And then at the bottom, you can see right here is clearly telling you, hey, this thing is going down like the Titanic. So we're just going to hold that bad boy along with the NZD USD. So again, this is what I was telling you. Sometimes when it makes a major drop, it'll come back up, create what's called a bull flag pattern. So it'll just, and don't ask me why they call it that. I have no idea. But anyway, it's a pullback, a retracement. So it'll drop real hard in that direction it's supposed to go, come back up, try to catch its breath, like a drowning person. That's what they do when they're drowning. They drown, they go down, try to come back up, catch your breath. And then once you get tired and have no more paddle left, it ends up going down all the way. Maybe that's a bad analogy, but you get the point. Okay. All right. So we're going to get in that one as well. And we are also in this trade right here. So like I said, I see the M pattern right here. It's not, even though it did a bigger retracement, it still did not break past the high. So we're still in this trade. We're just going to hold it and wait. So we got everything that we need, especially on the 30-minute. We have the fresh triple arrows, 1, 2, 3, and then we have the red down here saying it is going down. Again, this is during the New York session. So therefore, probably something came out with news or whatever. Who cares? We just wait and we'll wait it out. And there we go. I'm going to be doing a video also on which sessions you should be trading and which ones you probably want to stay out of, because that makes a difference as well. Okay. All right. But that's another video, another time. See you guys later. We're going to pause this video again. Okay, as you guys can see on this particular trade, we are going to be letting it ride a little bit, but basically we can cap this one out. I'm going to let it ride because it has 1, 2, 3. So I took shaved some of the profit off the table, let the rest run. You can do that as well. Minimize your position. See, it jumped up to 39 from 38. But again, this was a trade we called last night, and this is at the tail end of this recording time that they allow me to have. So we'll just stop this video. I'll be doing some more in the future. But again, the triple arrow certainly did work. Okay. And we're still waiting on the NZD USD and the AUD USD to drop in our favor. So we have our stop losses in place and we're just waiting for that to happen. Okay. So anyway, and we did cover the Euro Swiss trade that went in our favor, the GBP AUD that went in our favor. So like I said, it's just a waiting game for the rest of the trades to play out. Okay. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you soon.